Alright guys, my friends here actually called my attention that I actually forgot to mention my team in the Euros. And just to be consistent, of course, with my team from the '08 Euros and from the World Cup, I'm still for Germany this year.
Roy shaking his
Sorry.
head.
It's okay, I'm not German, but anyway. Diba?
Nicely brings up the topic of racism.
I know. Diba?
That's-
50% German, 50% Moreno, di ba? Sabi dun sa internet meme. No, anyway, but ang bagal nung reaction time. But anyway, I'm for Germany because I've always been, at least for the past 4 years. But I think it takes on a bit of a, how do you say that? A special of special importance this time, no? Because I did post, at least for those of you who are, well, both of you are my friends on Facebook. I posted last week this meme I found, no, na actually 11 of the 23 Mannschaft actually, diba, are actually half Germans, okay? And of course, apart from other issues of racism in the Euros, diba, si Balotelli of course is threatening to walk off the pitch pagka minura daw siya o tinawag siya ng kung ano during the matches, right? But anyway, I think it's close to my heart personally because I'm a mutt myself, right? And I don't know, maybe that's why teams like Germany and of course the Ascals have a, I have a strong, how to say that, preference, have a strong connection. Yeah, sorry.
Empathy.
Yeah, empathy. Yeah. For teams like these. Actually, just to put some names, diba, to the idea. Of course, you guys know Mesut Ozil, diba? Sa mga Madrid fans dyan, diba? Of course, Hami Khedira also. These guys are half Turkish, Tunisian, half German, diba? Gomez, of course, na nakagol, diba? Mar Gomez is half Spanish, no? Tama ba? Tama. And then, of course, Lucas Podolski, and Miroslav Klose are half Polish, diba? So they're playing actually also in what would be also their other homeland, no? And then of course Jerome Boateng, who is the brother also of the Ghanaian Prince Boateng, no? And then marami sa kanila. Si Marco Marin is half Bosnian. Yun, I think, I don't know, you guys, what are your thoughts about this whole thing? Because every time it comes up, even here, sometimes in the local league, diba? Thoughts, experiences.
It was interesting they were talking, FIFA particularly raised a lot of issues with it before the tournament. A lot of people were thinking, how are we going to deal with the racism? But then I think it was Michel Platini came out and said that, it's no worse than anywhere else. And it's not necessarily football's job to get rid of racism, it's society as a whole. Which is true, but football has also helped kick out racism. In England as well, it used to be incredibly racist. The first black players got a lot of stick, just for obviously being black, and the chants then were horrific. And football was part of a campaign, it was called Kick Racism Out of Football.
Yes.
And that helped to change values, and hopefully we can see that continuing. But you'll always get people who just use it as an excuse. As you say, the Ascals get that at times quite a lot, with just some new fans not understanding what football is like in the world, how you say. It was interesting to see when you posted that 11 of the 23 Germans, well, they're half Germans, and it's really about what makes you German, what makes you Filipino, what makes you English, which is a whole interesting discussion, which gets... It's a shame that some people just look far too ignorant about it and they make too many comments about it without understanding any aspect of that.
Well, for me, you can't change it now, but you have to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
So, as what Roy said, you have to educate the society, okay, in order for them to realize that these guys are playing for their mother country, and they do it out of love. Okay, then you just have to tell them, hey, why don't you just stop saying whatever, just support them. Okay, you're living in the same country, okay, you're eating the same food or whatever, stuff like that. Just stop the racism and continue supporting.
And it's such a superficial difference as well between people in that way. There's obviously within the Philippines, there's so many people who you can find every single different type of person within there as you can outside. But a lot of this really stems from how the Indonesian fans were apparently chanting about the Ascals. So it's like hindi kayo Filipino.
Ikaw rin naman, di ba?
Ako na rin. Hindi ako Pinoy.
Sila rin, di ba? Sila rin, yung mga Indonesians din. No, but you're right. It's a bit disappointing considering that they are the visitors, right? And these are the last people you should be expecting to hear that from. After all, Filipinos, Indonesians, Malaysians, these are, we're all one same racial stock, di ba? These are all Malay people. So it's a bit disheartening to hear that, diba? I don't know, but I wasn't expecting to hear that from the Indonesian crowd. I mean, this is no offense meant to Indonesia. I have some Indonesian friends. It's just a bit, upsetting to hear it, diba? I don't know, was it out of frustration or what? I mean, I don't know. I really found that it had no place in last week's match. It was very disappointing. But also, likewise, and then we were discussing it earlier off cam, how after the Malaysia match there had been also some apparently someone again who's I don't know why people still insist on flogging a dead horse. I mean, bringing up again the issue of the Ascals not being Pinoy enough or not being Pinoy at all. And I like actually how Popoy put it that we all eat the same food, diba? I don't wanna mention the commercial, but there is this commercial where Phil was eating street food, right, with Chiefy and Ayan. But I found it nice. I mean, not the commercial, but I mean the idea of us actually eating the same food and breathing the same air. It's just disappointing, no? Na kapwa mo Pilipino, tapos I was reading this guy, dude. He wrote a blog post they were mentioning earlier, and he was tagging away at Malaysians to read the blog post, and he's Pinoy. And
because it was racist about the Ascals.
Exactly.
And he was saying that the Ascals.
And the unfortunate thing, and as we've heard, you're right, was that apparently this guy, was rooting for Jessica Sanchez and the American Idol, was also rooting for continues to root for Phil Amps in the PBA, or perhaps even in Gilas. I won't be surprised if this guy does.
And rugby with the Volcanoes.
Oh yeah, he also does. So what's with dude? I don't know why you're focusing on the Ascals. I don't know what's up with you, huh? I mean, I don't know, but whatever. Tag us. Feel free. We'll engage you if that's what you want. Because I think this is the first time that some people are actually speaking out in defense of the national team. So it's unfair, right? I mean,
Given a lot of the recent scandals involving news and allegations, which have all been proven untrue in the end.
Exactly. So I don't know. People are just riding on I don't know really what they get out of it. Boy, what do you think they get out of it? Nothing, diba? It's disappointing, and I always tell them, they talk about this, and I'm like, when was the last time you actually spoke of a Philippine national football team? I mean, let's be honest, diba? Even in a Filipino pop culture, diba? Ngayon lang naman sumikat yung national team natin, ba't di natin sila bigyan ng chance? Diba? I mean, why? I mean, these are fellow Filipinos, diba? These are fellow Filipinos, as I said, who play out of love for the team of their mother, diba? Or father, yeah. But who are we to judge them? Who are we to judge their intentions? They've taken us this far, at least, diba? I mean, let's give them credit at least for what it's worth, diba? For where it's due.
And football should always be about, it should have nothing to do with any of these aspects. If you're good enough, you play. That's as simple as it is. It doesn't matter if you're a boy, a girl. It doesn't matter how tall you are, how small you are. The best player in the world, Messi, he's tiny. It's about if you're good at the game or not. And that's what it should be about. Nothing to do with race. It's not Phil foreigners versus the locals. It's who's good enough. And that's what the lineup should be.
And to be fair, if it weren't for the current lineup, if it weren't for the current mix of players, we wouldn't even be here. Let's be honest, we wouldn't, diba? People keep saying, if 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you told me that the Philippine national team would reach the semifinals in the regional tournament, di ba? And AFC Challenge Cup, di ba? Sabi, baliw ka kung sinabi mo sa akin yun, di ba? So, but yeah, we're here now. So, I don't know, Poy, maybe I'm just really upset about the whole issue. I mean, for someone to still bring it up kasi at this rather late stage.
I don't know, but this guy, I don't think he knows anything about football.
Well,
If he played, maybe just something like inter-barangay or something. That's all.
but I'll show you the link later. I'll show you. Kung gusto mo masira yung gabi mo. Hindi, biro lang. anyway, yun lang. We just felt that it was proper that at least for once, someone naman defended the national team. Not baselessly. Not because we know them, not because they're popular. Please. Diba? As Roy said, let's talk skill, let's talk, talent, diba?
Pure talent.
Because in fact, I'm happy that like for Malaysia, for the two friendlies, Indonesia, Malaysia, for once people and Filipino football fans were already expecting the team to win and we're demanding wins, diba? So ando na tayo sa point na medyo we're giving them leeway to grow, to progress, diba, to develop, but the fans are also saying, hey, you guys have to start winning na, diba? Which is nice because at least I feel the level of maturity of the Filipino fans also are, somewhat catching up, diba? So well, anyway, we didn't mean to be argumentative or what in this episode, but whatever. We're just saying if there are people who would choose to speak ill of the national team, there will be people who will choose to defend them, and unfortunately, it's us. So if you want, whoever all of you are, tag away, follow us on Twitter at FTW Sports.